I'm back, Scribes. Welcome back to my channel. I have been so busy moving. It's incredible. Moving actually kind of sucks. Don't do it. It's not something that I would really recommend unless you have to. I had to move closer to work. So much happier. I have more time back in my schedule and in my day. And I'm looking forward to jumping back into a script and actually revising something. I tend to slack on actually revising scripts. I have tons of scripts written, the first draft, draft 0, but I have not fully polished those scripts. And I'm really looking forward to, I don't know, just reading it back and seeing what it's like. I haven't read it in probably like a year. So I'm pretty jazzed because it's Christmas in July. So you know what that means, Hallmark fans. There is a ton of Christmas movies just playing. New Christmas movies are coming out as well, and all on the Hallmark channel. So I am super excited. It's one of my favorite channels to watch with my mom. I always want to be transparent in my channel for people who are like me, just sort of building their career. This challenge will just be a 1 week of me revising so that you can kind of see the process of revising if you've not really done it very much. A lot of my channel is really aimed at new writers. So new writers and curious writers, right? We're all creative beings and we all want to see other people's process. And as you know, I am neurodivergent, so sometimes it takes me a little bit long to get myself settled and to get through a task. When I do these vlog type videos where I am writing, it actually helps me get to that finish line. So I'm hoping that this really helps, and it also helps you see the process of writing and revising for a TV movie. And now that I've got my preferred drink, let's get going. So today I was able to really work very hard on, I think, about 2 acts, and that may have been about 20 pages and may have been 30 pages. The way that I've split up my project in Scrivener is I've got 9 acts and I've got them split up and color coded by 3-act structure. And then from there, I can kind of track when the big moments happen, the major plot points. So I had already gone through Act 1, 1 through 3 technically, and I was on 4 and 5, which is 10 pages each. And then I cut out some pages and reworked some scenes. So for me, that's kind of how it went today. And that was with pretty much starting around 10 a.m., I'm gonna say, and then going through to maybe about 3 p.m. Like around 4 to 5, I started to sort of realize that I was reading words, but it wasn't getting through to me. So I ended up watching British Bake Off. Yes, while I might hyper-focus for a couple of hours and get a lot of things done in my writing, I tend to lose steam. I did have to take some time to relax because as someone who kind of can't quite rein back, my mental energy just depleted by then. That was day 1. So it's been pretty hard for me all day to kind of get it together and do my revising, even though I had some good Christmas lo-fi music that was going, and I have been making such progress this week that I really thought it would just breeze by today and I would just be done by now. It's about 2:43, almost 3 p.m. And I've been at this since maybe about 10:30 in the morning. I've had some breaks in between. I've probably been doing some laundry. It's just been really hard because I don't know, the motivation has just been gone. I reviewed Act 6. I started Act 7, and I think I'm over at Act 8 now. So I really only got Act 9 left, and then I'm completely done with this rewrite. And then maybe I'll do like a quick pass-through read to see if there was anything in between that, like, the lines got kind of blurred when I changed things. I had a bunch of things that I was changing recently, and I know the next few days at work, I'm gonna be slammed. I won't have any time, and I work later. So I think that the only day that I have to finish this up is like today. So after spending the whole day with a flat tire on my way to the coffee shop to then go and finish rereading and then finish rewriting my script, making sure everything like kind of meshed well in the 1 week time frame, kind of took a nosedive today, and we ended up going shopping for food for the week. And so now it's about 8 at night. We've got to cook dinner and see if I can finish rereading and rewriting within this timeline that I set for myself. Ugh. Last week was tough because towards the end of the week I wasn't able to get a whole lot done as I thought. And this week I did finish writing the script, but typically in my rewrites, I like to reread around the same time that I've rewritten so that I can do a quicker pass. If I don't set these little tasks for myself, I don't do them. I could change something and the whole storyline can be thrown off because I added something and I forgot to follow through on the continuity of that change throughout the rest of the story. I usually do it in a PDF where I use the comments to make a comment on the area that I want to change. And then from there, I go back into the main file that I have it in. And I actually, at the same time as I'm looking at the PDF, I scroll through the PDF, I look for those highlighted comments, and then I fix them and then mark them as fixed. There's still a lot that I have to get done with it, so a lot of this weekend revolved around my car that had a flat tire, things around the house, food shopping, stuff like that. So life got in the way. A lot of times I talk to my friends about, writing their own project, and for them it's, I have a kid, I have a lot of responsibilities, I have a lot of things that I have to do. I work 50-hour work weeks. I have some downtime at work. I'm thankful for that. And I'm in the industry, which I'm thankful for because everybody who works with you knows that you're working on your goals. I can hyper focus on writing and I can lose sight of those things that actually take a lot of time in my day. I also don't have cable, so I got Hallmark now so that I can start watching some more Hallmarky movies, the ones that I personally like, do a little bit of research on those ones as far as the production company, producers that worked on it, things like that, just to get a feel for the kind of producers that I in the future would probably want to work with, the same type of Hallmark films that I would probably be interested in writing. That's what I do when I do my research and watching the movies. I also make note of the movies that I like, and sometimes what I like to do when I make note of the movies that I like is I will watch it, pause it, and write down all the major beats and sort of get a feel for when those beats come up and when those act breaks should be happening. You'll usually notice in the editing that there's this weird pause, and then it seems like it's gonna go to black, and you're like, oh, that's where the commercial would go. Or I look for those because that tells you where the act breaks are. If you watch it on TV, it's a little bit better. I don't have cable, but I'm working with what I got. It's about one day over that week goal that I set for myself, so I'm going to finish up reading it tonight, making some notes, which I've already started doing, and then wrap up with watching a Hallmark movie tonight. I'm going to work very early today because it's street sweeping and there was nowhere to park last night, so I had to move my car very early in the morning. I got my tea. Ooh, there we go. I stopped by Starbucks to get some tea, and that's gonna pretty much hold me over for the rest of the day. I'm going to get to work on finishing the revision of my script.
Now, during these revisions, I was really looking at the dialogue, making sure it sort of matched the way that Hallmark's characters typically spoke. Very wholesome, very positive. My main character has a past of being adopted, and I was trying to balance that. When I ended the day, I was pretty strongly almost to the finish line. Like, tomorrow could be the day. I was a bit tired this morning. Yeah, I could not focus, but I was almost there. So I am splitting my time between sitting in my PJs, trying to finish this, and apparently being so overwhelmed that I had to doom scroll for just a little bit. Part of that doom scroll was seeing that I hit 1K on YouTube. What the heck? Thank you.
That's incredible.
Which kind of gave me a pep in my step to put on my writer's verified pin that I made. You find it in my Etsy shop, Tweed & Pen Co. Side note, even with music on, I'm gonna read my dialogue somewhat out loud to myself. It's how I test if my dialogue is coming off very natural or is easily spoken. And then somehow, I did it. Thanks for sticking with me on this one, Scribes. I hope you enjoyed sticking with me on this Mistletoe vlog, and I will see you on the next one.